Alright, so here today, I never really got to cover this topic because, again, when this released, it was a little bit more of a rough thing where there were so many things releasing. So I thought I'd talk about this here today because, again, we are coming close to the point of where we're going to get this stuff. And everyone's been asking me also what happened to the story, right? Because the story is like a core aspect of the game, and don't think we got other than the other stories, nothing else, right? It's just been that. So today I thought I'd talk about everything. The dev notes did release a while ago, but I will give you the highlights, the key points, and stuff to know because it is a pretty cool thing. So, again, yeah, let's jump into it. Like it's up, upside of time. So hopping over here, we got Dev Notes 5 over here. This was the Dev Notes where it literally gave us most of that stuff. Again, I want to go through the more core aspects of it. First up, Adventure Mode difficulty is rebalancing, and we're going to get brand new rewards for it, which is very nice. Again, did they give us a time for this? I actually have no idea. The balance adjustments are being prepared and aimed for the implementation in 11.15. We'll share more information on the final adjustments when they're ready. The adjustments goal is to make sure that climbing the tower it remains fun, so that even after the updates, we'll keep doing our best to make sure filling the gaps that may appear in the future. Basically, they're going to be doing this constantly to make sure the rewards match the higher floor's difficulty. We are reviewing the difficulty level and increasing the rewards from floor 16 and above, where the difficulty increases are steeper. So basically, if you have played past this, I think they're going to compensate you and give you those rewards in the mail when you log in. I'm guessing that's the case. If it's not, what the fudge is the point? But most likely that is the case. So again, with number one over here, it's a great change, great thing. It is coming soon. 11.15 is the update, so we can kind of stay safe and wait for that one. So pretty simple. Moving forward, we have a new summons record search function. This is coming soon. Basically, it's going to tell you what you gained, what you earned. The screen looks terrible though. Oh my god. This is what the screen looks like, right? Again, telling you that you got one-eyed swordsman over here. You got the thing over here, the paracule. Honestly, they could do this much better by putting the icon here and then the name. This system looks like garbage, but you know, hey, it's a cool system. But like the way the UI, it's like I might not know the name and I know the face, and boom, there you go. But the content is currently under development and something to change sometime of the update by the time of the update, right? So 100% put some icons in there, but need that. A record button will be added to the summon screen, and above the interface will be displayed by tapping it. Through the screen, the regulars will be able to see the teammate which was obtained. However, summon record represents a large data that needs to be stored, yet is not essential for the game access and general use, and storing such data brings logistic issues related to keeping the data available for a long time. Because of that, an efficient data management system must be implemented to care for this entire thing. Taking those factors into consideration, we plan to keep this summon records for the last 3 months, which is obviously a common thing. Can't store all that data for years and years, right? So 3 months is more than enough. I don't think you care, past 3 months. So I think that's like really an issue. So very simple, very easy. Alliance management improvements. This is also very good. Currently, there are only 3 roles in Alliance: Alliance Leader, Alliance Officer, Alliance Regular. Having only 3 options to assign was deemed inconvenient when it comes to defining the roles. We are currently developing related features to create more roles to subdivide administrators more efficiently and improve management by granting proper authority/permissions to each role. Very simple, very easy. Nothing that's too difficult, but it's pretty simple. But it's also become to our attention that the Alliance chat tends to get buried under the other chats. The Alliance Notice feature is not very visible, making it easy to miss. We are working on the related improvements for these cases. The check-in feature improvement announced in Dev Notes 2 is scheduled to be implemented on 11.29 update. So again, a bit of time till there, but that's pretty cool. New Alliance content improvements will consistently be added into the game, so don't worry. Stay tuned for all of that. Pretty simple stuff. New teammate filter options, which are always welcome. Basically, just filter for them. So nothing really too special, but it is always welcome. Equip equipment. There we go. From the inside of the arena simulation, a massive change actually, which is very nice. Being able to give these characters equipment is going to help with testing tenfold. So very, very nice thing. We are developing a feature that to include equipment to the arena simulation. Very big thing. Again, no date as of right now, but this is a core thing coming soon, so stay tuned for it. Next up, we have Underground Laboratory grade improvements coming soon. Currently, the Underground Labyrinth grade is calculated as follows. First season, regulars participated for the first time. If a value set by dev team is reached, the master grade cut line is set. Next seasons, the cut line is calculated automatically based on the amount of damage dealt by the top 50 regulars from previous seasons. Okay, that's fine, right? I don't see any issue with that. I don't think this is like a core problem at all or anything, too big there, but it's like basic stuff, so I'll take it. Following the criteria, as Underground Laboratory seasons progress, the max damage dealt continuously increases, leaving a lot of regulars concentrated at the lowest grade, since the damage by the top 50 keeps rising. In order to achieve a more reasonable grading in the Underground Labyrinth, we are considering applying a similar criteria to event boss battle, where the grade is calculated based on the fractions of top 100%, top X percent. We'll share more details in the future. Technically, I don't see that being an issue, so that's there. Teammate balance, many of our regulars' suggestions also being mentioned. Oh yeah, so they're going to be fixing things. We have received many requests regarding SSR plus Viol when it comes to Viol's skills. I want to have a closer look at what was originally intended for him during the planning, and the parts that seem a bit be causing a bit of confusion. His passive skill, Viol's blue ore, activation conditions. We have once it hits by a multi or close ranged attack, passive skill Viol blue ore activates, increasing attack and making Viol move to a safe area on the battlefield. However, if Viol's exclusive weapon is enhanced to 30+, he'll become invincible for 10 seconds when using his special move Thorn. During those 10 seconds, Viol won't be attacked by any opponent, so his passive skill does not activate during that time. This performance is normal and was intended to be like this since the original planning. About the font invincible text, displayed during the invincible status. Currently, when Data Zahard is invincible, an invincible text is displayed. However, the same does not happen when Viol is in the same situation. Also, when it's like this, damage not taken, but the numbers still appear. What's actually happening? They're trying to show, right, this says invincible, this doesn't say invincible, clearly. To reduce the confusion, if Viol's exclusive weapon at level 4 becomes invincible, you'll also have the status next to the match other teammates. While Data Zahard becomes invincible, the damage numbers will no longer be displayed. Viol's performance is currently applied as intended during planning, but we apologize for the confusion caused by our text displayed in game. And yeah, they're also saying status of teammate balance review. Considering how beloved Tower God's IP is, it is natural that the performance of the character would be a sensitive topic, especially if someone's favorite character is not as good as expected, or if their skill is different from the fans were hoping for. In particular, Viol is the main character loved by many, which is true. For Viol, even though the skills must be activated after activating his special move Thorn to gain an advantage, many people voted for dissatisfaction and mentioned that the skill activation order should be different. The dev team is reviewing the suggestions we received, but when it comes to skill activation order, it is not possible to provide a fast reply because it is not something that affects only Viol, but the rule is applied to all teammates, and several variables have to be considered since it can change depending on the teammate combination used in battle. Also, Tower God New World, we try to avoid making balance adjustments after the release of a teammate because they may result in losing trust in regulars, of the regulars who invested in upgrading and enhancing the teammate. However, if we look back to 3 months have passed from the game launch and we identified a few teammates that need to be balanced, we are currently evaluating and reviewing the teammates' overall balance of the game, including Viol. Along with Viol's skill, we are currently reviewing and considering adjusting the performance of other teammates such as Karaka. Oh, okay, Hansung Yu over here. I don't know how to pronounce that. Don't know how to pronounce that either. Prince. Oh, her too. And Data Zahard. So hopefully the way that they're saying this is that they all should be buffed, right? Because they don't want to nerf or they're going to lose the faith in the players, right? It is important to highlight that changing one teammate's balance affects the balance of opponents that appear in various contents of the game, and many things have to be considered during the review, making this a process that takes a bit of time, which is understandable, right? It's going to take time. It's going to take time to do that. We will keep doing our best to improve the performance of teammates, and our regulars are looking forward to through these balance changes, right? So again, Karaka's getting buffed technically, and all these characters here, because they literally said that they don't want to nerf them, right? They're also going to be buffing Viol. So it looks like these characters are going to get a revamp, which is needed. You don't understand. When Viol's like the main character, and he kind of sucks balls. But yeah, I am curious why they listed Data Zahard. He's pretty busted as a character right now, so I wonder what's going to happen to him. I'm hoping that they all only are going to be buffs, because they literally said, like, the paragraph before or prior to this, yeah, we're not going to nerf characters because it's going to, piss people off, so let's not do that. So I'm curious what happens there. Other topics that are under review, blocking spam messages, stuff like that. Issues when you, with like the actual growth mission, which they changed now, which is much different this time. Again, over here, it's not saving your progression. Over here, issues with the leftover equipment and various things that have been suggested by the regulars. The new content coming soon is Dungeon, the Secret Floor content, which is actually a lore accurate thing from the actual webtoon, which is very nice. As briefly introduced in the previous roadmap, the Secret Floor is a dungeon where you can acquire the new system, which is called Ignition Weapons. That's coming soon. And a very cool thing. In the Secret Floor, a new monster called the Golem will appear, where you have to devise a strategy to beat it, depending on the characteristics of said boss. These are 3 different bosses you can take a look into. One more playing defense, one more playing full-blown offense, and one here playing some sort of thing, I don't know. Moving forward, that's there. A new system called Restraint Point is also applied to the Secret Floor. Restraint is a figure that applies debuffs to allies and buffs to enemies during the secret floor battle, so regulars can have a fun time combining them. Pretty simple. Beyond that, restraint points also exist during the type of restraints, and you can obtain an ignition weapon when clearing missions according to the restraint points accumulated during the secret floor battle. The ignition weapon system is again another lore accurate thing from the actual webtoon, similar to the Black March of the 13th month series. They have a new concept over here for Tower of God's ignition weapon, which is going to be coming soon for the regulars to see, and that is this weapon over here, which I am not gonna pronounce the name for because I don't know how to. But this character looks absolutely wonderful. Ignition weapon, not gonna be a character we can summon for, sadly, even though the art is 10 out of 10, but ignition weapon is how this character is going to be. Now, what is the character about? Here you go. This character is a romanticist who has sealed her soul in a sword in order to be with a person that she has waited her whole life for. And this concept of opening her heart and lending her strength to only those who dedicate their affection to just one person, we designed it so that regulars can feel the charm of the ignition weapon itself. The ignition weapon will be obtained via clearing certain growth passages, so keep that in mind. You click the carrier button and you can equip 5 different ignition weapons at one time, which is very, very nice. I like it. Taking advantage of the original concept of carrier concept from the entire webtoon. So all this stuff is paying homage to the actual webtoon, which is 10 out of 10 in my opinion. You're going to have 5 slots of the ignition weapon. Again, that's going to be optional effects you can take from each one. So these are what they look like for the 5 parts of this ignition weapon from this character, which looks very nice. Main and sub options can be found in the spirit items and can be obtained through the secret floor dungeon, which is a main acquisition source. The set option is activated when you equip the items that match the ignition weapon spirit. There are 2 sets and 4 set options, kind of similar to a lot of games that we have. If you know, like, sort of, is it a 4 set? What? So 2 set and 4 set, but you're gonna have to lose 1. Not a fan of that. I like it with Grand Cross. It's a 2 set and a 4 set can get stacked on each other. I don't think you can do that here. So there's a 2 set and a 4 set option, but there's only 5 slots here. You can only equip 5, right? Yeah, 5. So technically, I don't like that. I think Genshin does that. Some other games do that where it's like a 2 slot. So really, it doesn't help you in a way. You have to like do 2 slot, and then 1 slot is just like nothing. It's just a piece. But kind of looks like that. But ignition weapons are coming soon. You got to clear stage 16 above, and then you'll unlock the system, which is kind of cool. Element training, well, we have that. You know, that's pretty simple. This will also introduce you in the 2023 thing. This over here, who cares? We have a formation strategy lesson, another mini game event that's also popping up, giving some rewards, but we don't care about it. This over here, don't care about it. We already have that in game. This is a black market event, something like where, you know, I don't know, this is something, it's some sort of small event, a dark alley, a black market filled with flashing neon signs. Tower of God teammates are gathered together for a festival, and the rumor is the high rankers are often spotted in this black market. What will await you in this place that, again, this character leads you to? Stay tuned for the black market coming soon to you. Okay, very simple, very simple. Collaboration event, I already read this in a separate video. I already have the idea of what's happening there. Story mode, this is the big part of the video that I wanted to get to, and it's at the very end. Oh my god. Okay, we would like to inform you about the progress of the main story of Tower of God, which many regulars have been waiting for. Currently, Tower of God New World has completed part 1 of the main story and is preparing part 2. However, since we have prepared a large volume to satisfy many regulars who like the IP, it is taking some time to develop the graphics and production. We would like to apologize for not being able to provide the more main story to regulars who have logged in with love of Tower of God for the original webtoon, and we would like to inform you that the release of Story Mode Act 7 is tentatively scheduled for January 17th. So we have a lot of time till that releases, but again, makes sense. You have to realize that they're rebuilding the entire story from the ground up, which is not easy to do. This is something in Grand Cross also, where we get a story update basically every 2 to 3 months. When it's like a big festival back to back, we get it like that month and the next month, and then take a break for 2 months. So it happens where we get that, but they literally, some games don't rebuild the story. They rebuild the story. It's like kind of hard. It's not easy to do. And with Grand Cross and stuff like that, they do this often. So for me, I understand the story was going to take that time. I knew it, but they did take excessive time here. I do think that is true, right? It's been a little bit, but yeah, that's how it's going to go. So do keep that in mind. They are currently working on it, so it's going to be pretty hyped in my opinion. But events that, events that rewards growth goods. Lastly, we have a lot of feedback about the need for a lot of growth goods. There's a lack of support to obtain that in the game, mentioning that even that they're available through rewards or push rewards, the quantity offered is not enough. However, since Tower of God is a global game, instead of spamming everyone with push notification rewards, we're considering making fundamental changes and gradually increasing the supply available in-game and in event rewards. As we fully agree and recognize our regulars' opinion, we will make sure that these improvements are ongoing. But that is the November dev notes. Absolutely it's great. Like, these dev notes are very stacked and very juicy on like information and everything. So they're cooking. So continue onwards, have fun with the game. I want to bring this to you to make sure you know what's going on with all the content updates and everything. But this is a dev note that released a few days ago that I never got to cover. But at least know that there's a lot happening and they are still cooking. Though you might not see too much here and there, they are cooking in the background. So be prepared for some big updates coming soon. But yeah, collab is the first thing first. We got to get to that first. I'm curious how that lands. But yeah, thanks for watching.